All right, something pretty exciting, guys. New tires. Tires make the most different in your bike. And what we have here is the new Michelin E-Wild. Built for e-bikes, but any other bike, they'll be fine too. Enduro bikes, all mountain bikes. And what we have going on is a tire from Michelin, very high-end tire company in all disciplines. And they really invested, starting like 10 years ago, really invested in the research team to work on bike tires, and they have some compounds, Magic X and Gum X, and Magix is the one that I really fell in love with a long time ago, but the tread patterns were just a little bit strange, and what they've come up with now is something more basic, more just knobby, big chunks, and very well supported side knobs. So really cool. And this is not the same tire as last year or 2 years ago. This is just released 2024 in March, and I just got them, been riding them every day, making me look good. I'm so stoked. And what's going on is they have a big carcass. This is a very good volume, and they dropped the weight. It's not light, but they said they dropped the weight by 10%. And so now it's about 1250, and I'll have the exact weights with somewhere in the 1200 gram range for front and rear. The rear is a bigger one, 2.6. I believe this is a 2.4 or 2.5. And they also dropped the rolling resistance. So they kind of made it for enduro racing, well, where climbing kind of matters as well. And so 10% reduction in drag. The casing is really good. 50 TPI on this means well supported. When you case the jump and you're kind of landed sideways, it just doesn't buckle over. It gives you confidence. When you're like, really getting after it, when you're getting shreddy, this will keep its shape, especially with a wide rim like this. Atomic wheels, by the way. I'm gonna review it. So good. What was going on today? I was riding and it was like, man, a little slick. 22 and 20, and I said, let me go down. I went 20 and 18, and I got what I wanted. There was no squirm, just a lot more grip. The rear tire is interesting because the steps are like this. Usually on your rear you have paddles, right, for braking or climbing, but that probably introduces drag. So what they did is they did steps. And what I found, back in the day, my racing days, is if you have a less interrupted pattern, it improves rolling resistance. But they said it climbs really good as well. I see the knobs are not ramped. But what really makes it stand out is just good support on the side knobs and really good tacky rubber. And I'm not sure if you tried the Michelin tire, they're expensive, but what's going on is so much is invested in the rubber technology, aside from the design and siping. Basically, it's not only soft. Soft doesn't really get you much. It's the low rebound rubber, and the low rebound is what gives you grip. And this thing has the rubber technology, has the knob design, and it's definitely better than an Asagai. Longevity, I'm going to find out. So on the downsides of this tire, it is going to be longevity. So the front is fine after 5 hard rides, but the rear mostly fine. But then we found a series of knobs that were like shaved off from heavy braking, and these were on 2 spots, so it was kind of unusual. So we would, if we had to pay for it ourselves, probably would only run it in the front. And that leads us to the other downside, which is they are expensive. Not exactly sure on the price, but it's around $100 each. They should just be entering the market right now. And if you're an e-biker, don't be scared of the weight. 1,200 grams is nothing. Maybe 1,500 grams with a low. I've been using that the Specialized Cannibal, 1,500 grams with a little carcass. And this one is a big volume tire, big knobs, 1,200 something grams. Oh man, it makes me be a better rider, even more than the Asa guys. Thanks a ton, everybody.